The following is a report we just received from our response team who's on the ground in Moore, Oklahoma, responding to the needs of the tornado victims and the churches there. It reads, "I've now seen devastation. How do you cope with complete and utter destruction of your belongings? The images from today are very much like the news, but infinitely more real. When you see the utterly full and complete annihilation of people's belongings, homes, cars, toys, televisions, refrigerators, and when you're walking among it, the feeling is pretty overwhelming. House after house, street after street, block after block, mile after mile, homes were reduced to matchsticks, cars were bent and broken, tarps covered thousands of roofs, trees were stripped bare of their bark or completely broken. So many homes were lost. So much debris, trash, telephone poles, toilets, siding, roofing tiles, fencing, so much so that you cannot sense anything other than weeks and weeks of debris removal will be required. Most of the people we ran into were being told about 6 months would be necessary before their homes would be rebuilt. 6 months. We made our way to Powerhouse Church and spoke with Pastor Larry. Talk about a rough go for Moore, Oklahoma. On May 20th, there was an F5 tornado that rips through their community. Then heavy rain pounds them 2 days later. 10 days later, they have torrential rain that floods the church, followed by another series of tornadoes that chase them out of town. And oh yeah, a delivery truck hits the fire hydrant on the main street, sending water rushing down 19th Street. So in the midst of all that, Pastor Larry takes us into the community to deliver a few food packs. We knock on a few doors, and a lot of folks aren't home. As Pastor Larry and Steve delivered food packs into one home, I was taking pictures, and I noticed a lady in the driveway sitting in her car. I told her why I was there, and she went on to tell me the events of her last 14 days. She told me that she was caring for 13 people at her house, and that Mima, that's her name for grandma, she was tired. She told me that 2 of her daughter's homes were impacted and that her daughter, whose house we were at, was tired and ready to leave Moore, Oklahoma. It was simply too much for her. She told me of how they couldn't find her 9-year-old granddaughter because her dad wasn't where they were supposed to be and couldn't get to where they needed to be. She told me how in a 5-day span, they had a basic training graduation, a tornado, and a grandbaby born. That same grandbaby was supposed to be born in the hospital that was destroyed, but the baby was delivered at a different hospital. She tells me all of these things and then says this, "But you know, God is good. We are all alive, we are all okay, and we are all believers." That's eternal perspective in the midst of calamity. I was thankful to be able to pray for her before we left. We left Powerhouse and went down the road to Highland Baptist Church. We went with Pastor David Evans. His church had suffered 18 lost homes and 2 members passed away who were trapped in a house and killed. I was moved by his heart and determination. So I want to thank you for helping the families affected by this disaster. Your generosity is allowing local churches to care for the needs in their community. But the truth is, this disaster is far from over. The people of Oklahoma still need your help as they struggle to recover and put their shattered lives back together. To donate now, please visit our website at children'shungerfund.org. And as you give generously, you deliver hope. Thank you.